happens, I'm going live on YouTube for the first time. I'm doing this just like that on the spot. So, hi, this is um, this is live, right? Oh, hi. Funny. Okay, let me see. How does it work? This is the first time I'm doing this here on Face on YouTube like this. Um. Oh yes, there I am. Now let me just do this. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this live on YouTube, and let me share this on everywhere, all over the world. I'm live all over the world. Right. um. So, welcome to this live in this moment. Whenever you watch this, right? It's now, as always, and this is amazing. I'm very happy. I'm just doing this on the spot, as I was inspired to do. I wanted to try, and I wanted to discover how it works with this. Oh wow. I don't know, but when I look on YouTube, and I'm going to share something, I have an impression that you have every time there is one more thing that is appearing there. Uh, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, email. All right, something in, I think this is Korean, Reddit. This is Cyrillic, so it must be Russian, or yeah, Russian. Blogger, Skyrock, Mix, Go. All right, so don't know half of them, right? Okay. Right. I'm very happy to um to be here tonight with you. It's always a pleasure, I have to say, and this pleasure, it's getting so b- yeah, better and better and bigger and bigger. I don't know how, right? It's just that my pleasure in being alive, being incarnated to be here, it's just never ending, and it's the more I discover myself, the more I'm here, and the more I'm loving this, um the more I'm well here. And I was talking with Roxy today, and let me have just an eye on what I'm doing here, because right, the more I was talking with Roxanne Swainhart, Odyssey of Ascension. So go check her. She is amazing, literally, completely, and absolutely amazing. So go and check her out if you don't know her already. Well, I think everyone knows Roxy, but anyway, because really, and we're talking today, and I was just saying, wow, I realize myself more and more and more, and I love myself more and more. And I mean, when we say more and more, it's not more I didn't like as well yesterday, today. This kind of BS that people say. Oh, I love my wife, my husband more and more. No, that's bullshit. You just love them. There is no more love or less love. It's just idiocies that human beings say. But um it's in the discovery of the self, the realization of the self. Suddenly you really see yourself as a being of love, a being of uh, I mean, cut the BS. I see the creator being that I am, and the more I relate to that, and I see the whole thing, the more I understand that, the more I say, well, wow, that's changes the game. It's completely a different game now than the game I was playing 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, where it was just full separation. It was I was seeing this as being so real, and I was seeing this as, oh my goodness, oh good, oh wow. Uh, I was late today for my meeting. Oh, this is the end of the world. Oh, I've broke. I don't know. I broke a glass. Oh, this is the end of the day. This is the end of the world. I broke a glass. Oh, I broke a dish. Ah, right. I had an argument with someone else. The end of the world, right? Fully in human, fully in reality is real, and you can, you're this is really time. This is real. Everything there in there. Now that is still real. Life is real. I mean, we are experiencing this, so we are here, right? It's real. However, however, when you realize the creator, well, that is real, but you know that, yeah, you're creating it. So you know that that is to be taken as real, but not as serious. And it doesn't have to be taken as emotionally as, right? We're too serious about ourselves, right? Not having fun, having existential crisis for a dish, right? For a word. Is this word right? This is not right. I said this. Oh, I meant that. But why did I say this? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now she's mad at me. Oh goodness. She will never talk to me ever again. Oh, I had a first date with someone. Oh, why are they going to call me back? Oh, they didn't call me back in the next hour. It's the end of the world. I will lay. I will die alone. I will be alone for the rest of my life because just one day didn't work out the way I wanted. Right? Yeah, drama, 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 drama. Here. and and this is the life of a human being, right? This is what a human being is experiencing all along. Oh, drama, drama, drama. Look at me. I'm making drama out of nothing. Right? This is this is amazing. This is fantastic. It's pure emotion. It's pure the way we express it. We're here for that, by the way. It's absolutely what we came here for. Experiencing this fully and completely unaware of ourselves. Unaware, complete unaware. Look at this thing with Quanon and this the conspiracy theories. How people are fully committed in believing things that are absolutely not right. That everyone that is a celebrity, they drink baby blood, right? What? And they believe these things, right? They believe it. They're out there saying, oh wow, yes, they are doing this. and they go the pizza connection and this and that, and they commit to it, and it becomes their identity. They identify themselves with that, right? Oh crap, it's so real, except that it isn't, but for them it is. And they are so fully emotional, emotively, and is it that even a word? Right. They are so emotionally committed to this thing, and then you have this kind of this religion that has been created around a person that is not living up to, right? It's like a guru. It's like having this idea of Jones, right? The one on Jamestown, Jonathan in South America, the one that killed that collective killing that they did in the 70s. It was, I think, right? This kind of when people go into this kind of cult, doesn't end up well for them, right? And this is what now we have with and it's kind of fascinating to watch how people are committed to this kind of thing. They completely lose any awareness of the self. It becomes their identity. I'm watching even friends of my friends that I really love, but I have seen them going down the rabbit hole of of this of this cult, of this Jewish people, Christian people, that believe that the core belief of these religions are the exact opposite of Donald Trump, right? And they fell into it, supporting this, and going into supporting separation of children from their parents because that is good for America, right? To have um, to have this kind of behavior, and that is very Christian, right? Jesus said, "Harm the children," right? That, right? No, wait, sorry, wait, no. Jesus said exactly the opposite. Jesus said, if you harm a child, you harm me. So that is the gospel. That is the law of Christianity, right? You do not harm a child because that is the law in Christianity. But wait a second. So I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost because then I don't understand how a Christian can support separation of a child from their parents, right? How is it? How? I'm lost. I don't understand because a Christian should. Oh, right. So they are not Christians anymore. They have become Trump's followers, right? Trump's religion. They now they have converted into Trumpism. It's a religion, right? Interesting. You see, it's amazing, and they have let go of a lifelong belief. Jewish people, the same, right? They are following, they have fall into Trumpism, which has nothing to do with Jewish. And I mean, white supremacy is not really something that welcome Jewish, right? Fall there into there, but it's their identity now. That's what they are relating to. That's what they became. They human beings need a identification. Human beings need to have that thing because they are not sure about their own identification. They don't know what they are, so they need to have that thing that validate their existence. That's why, right, the separation that we experience, which both the birth that we have is the separation. It's when you become separated from the self, from the whole self, from your, you call it soul. It's right, okay, call it soul, if that's what it takes for you to understand, call it soul. I call it whole self. But the separation that you have at birth from your whole self, from your soul, from your higher self, from your everything, right? It's a drama, right? It's something that we live, experience as difficult, and then losing the I am of our global self, losing the I am to which we are acquainted, to that we know as whole, right? We are one. We are part of the one, and suddenly we are left with a identity that or is it an identity, or am I real? Is it's the confusion, it's total confusion. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am, because that's a who. Human is a who. It's a fractal. Is the separation, and so how you're separated. You have to find a way to identify yourself with something, and the identification with the self is hard because you experience birth as a loss of self, the loss of I am, and suddenly you have the impression that you have to take charge of yourself, and you don't know how, because everything here in this reality, in this world, it's what? It's opposition. It's hard. It's difficult. It's a reality where you can die for nothing. Someone can, you're walking just quietly down the street, and one take out a gun and they shoot you, right? Or you just go out and something is thrown to you or whatever. It's a reality that it's difficult for that, because we come from the everything, immortal, right? There is no dead. That is a belief system that we have on this world, and that's why we're experiencing it. But in the wholeness that we are, there is no dying, there is no death. We are forever, and suddenly we are on this world, and it can end. We perceive it as being able to be ended so quickly. And so the identification, the need of a identity is very strong for the human being, and that's all running around that, so that when there is a piece of shit that comes out of nowhere saying, I'm gonna lead you, give me everything, and I will make myself bigger, right? You just shut up, but give me the power and I will lead you I will lead myself to the greatness of this world. I will just make myself rich. You will make me rich. You will make me powerful. You will make me, and people fall for that. Right? There is nothing in that for anyone else than the one that is perceived as the leader. Everyone else is there for being used, right? Or they allow themselves to be used, right? Because no one can do anything to anyone else. That is only a illusion, right? The reality is that you are in charge all the time, even when you enslave yourself, even when you experience enslavement, you are in charge of it. Still, you create everything in your reality. Nothing in your reality comes from anything exterior to you. Never. You are always in charge. Always. However, where we're back to the separation, back to the God that decided to have an experience, and this experience is called human being. Back to that, you come here, you have this thing called being a human, right? Planet Earth, that's where you have the third dimensional experience. That's where you experience separation. That's where you experience this kind of thing. So you go there, emotional self, and you create a self there. And then with that, well, we're back to that, right? We're back to this thing that separation, right? It creates a void, or the illusion of a void, and you have to fill this void with something. And that something, some people decide to take some exterior, external representation, right? Something external to them, and in this case, it's a new cult that we will probably in the future in our history called Trumpism. So it's a new religion, and many people are fall into that, and they are now validating a being that has fucked them around, or everyone else, right? Everyone has been used in that way by this being, and I mean this without any. It's just the way it is. And that is what happens when beings give away their power, or they are not aware of their power, so they are just giving it away for identity. Still, it's always a question of identification. I have no identity, so I think that if I find something like a religion, if I find something like, and I mean, religion is a very large word. It may mean something that we call Christianism, or Judaism, or Buddhism, or whatever else, Taoism, etc., right? We can call those, but a religion can be fashion. Religion can be sport. Religion can be, right, something where you put your need of identification, your need of existence. I exist, and by being a champion in sport, I exist. Without that, I don't exist. So people are focused on that, and they think that their destiny and their being here on Earth is linked to that. Yeah, because when that ends, for a sportman or a sportwoman, when they have to stop practicing their sport, it's the end of the world, right? It's the crisis. They don't have anything left. Or look at someone that believes that they have a destiny, or that put for themselves, they create for themselves a goal. My goal is to be a to become, I don't know, a pilot, right? I want to be able to pilot a plane, right? So they invest themselves in taking in learning and all of that, and one day they become a pilot, and then they become a pilot. They don't know what to do with their life. What is left for them? Nothing, because they've done what they set for themselves as a goal. They become a pilot. They can pilot the plane, and then they don't know what to do with that, because that was their goal, right? You achieved your goal, and then human beings ask, yeah, and what now, right? Because they identify themselves with that goal, with that thing, and once they do that thing, suddenly they say, and now what do I do with my life? Right? I'm 30-year-old. I achieved what I had as a goal, and where do I go from here? Right? Loss of identity crisis. They go into a depression. and they cry all day long because they don't know what to do, and they need months and months and months, and then what do they do? Or a new goal, right? Oh, now that I'm a pilot, oh, I want to pilot a 380 or something like that, right? Oh yeah, I knew. So and they keep doing the same thing, and they circle themselves in this thing of having a goal and thinking that your life has to be that, having a goal, achieving something. I have to achieve an achiever. Yes, I exist because I achieve something. And I want to have I want to win so many things in my life, because as I win, I am something, I am someone. Think, I look at this test, look at now these sport events. They are so in need of identification in sport that they cannot stop their right doing the sport thing, even though there is the risk with COVID. They still are doing it because, oh, if they stop, they do not exist. It's not it's well, there is the money factor in it, right? Okay, but it's not, it's if for them it's even not a question for money. It's a question of identity. If they are not able to do that, they do not exist. So they keep doing it, even though there is a risk for them and for others with a pandemic ongoing, right? And they put everyone at risk. They still do it because they don't exist otherwise. Literally, they disappear. So the Australian Open of tennis is an example. They are doing it's a failure, total failure, right? And still they are doing it, and still all the players are there. They do not need the money, right? I mean, the best players in the world, they receive millions for doing what they do, and they all went in Australia, where they were all closed for 2 weeks in a hotel room, because they absolutely have to compete in the Australian Open, when they do need, most of them do not need to do it. They have enough money. For the best players, I'm talking, right? And still they are doing it, even if even though the conditions are very bad for all of them, and they are putting everyone in at risk. And not just them, they're putting at risk everyone else, because, right, with the fact of arriving in the country and coming from Europe and the United States, places where the pandemic is still stronger than in Australia right now, you can bring new viruses, the virus, the mutation of the virus. They don't care about that. They don't care. And obviously, I mean, right, it doesn't work that way, really. But that's what we are, most people, right, what is believed to be. So that the virus is transmitting from people to people, right, person to person. So that's how we perceive. And the important thing in humanity is what we perceive to be, right, what we believe to be. So if a person believes that that's the way the virus is transmitted, well, that's the reality they are in. So that is perfect. That is how it is. So the identity, the need of identity. Okay, right. There's someone coming in. Oh no. Oh boy, does he like to speak? When he goes speaking, I was speaking. I'm here, and speak, speak, speak. Right? Okay. Yes. Yeah, well. Hmm. Yes, the identification, right? Interesting, interesting topic. We'd like to say this is the way you have chosen to play the game. This is the way the game has been created here on Earth. For all of you to experience this separation, this loss of loss of the understanding of the I am. Humans do not perceive themselves as all. They do not perceive even all that is happening around them. You have this thing of believing that your eyes, right? I think we thought, yeah. Uh, you perceive your eyes as being the center of your perception of seeing everything that is around you, and so your identification is going through your eyes. So what you see is what gives you identity. So you tend to perceive what is outside of you as your identity. That is out, right? Out here, out there, everything is existing out because your eyes give you the awareness of out there, and you lose the understanding that that out there is not out there, but it's inside of you. It's inside. It's nothing outside. This that you see or that you believe to see through your eyes doesn't exist out. It exists inside, always inside. So that your need of identification, of existence, to be able to say, I exist, goes through this out there. So you perceive everything that is out there as more valuable than you. And you do not have the awareness of being the center of creation and not going around creation. You are the centerpiece of creation. Your world, your existence, everything that is there is existing around you. So you are the center. You are not how do you call it in your movies? A secondary character in your reality. You are the main character. There is no one in your reality that is more important than you. However, you have lost this because you are not aware of I am. But it's the game. You came to play this game of feeling less than, teaching yourself to be less than, wanting to be less than, and having this need to be less than that you are so right, holding on your being less than, so that when someone comes to you and they tell you you are not less than, you are exactly the same as everyone else, you are as important as everyone else, you in your world, in your creation, you are the most important being, because without you, your creation cannot be, right? It's your universe, your world will not exist without you. And this is becoming for right, for many of you that identify so strongly with human, this is too much. You cannot handle it. you have to be pitiful. You have to be in your lack. You have to be, and because that gives you identity. That gives you existence. That gives you drama. That gives you emotions, right? I'm needing emotions. Oh, whoa, full of emotion. So that these experiences that many are having with conspiracy theorists is giving them existence, identification, belonging. They feel they belong to something, right? This is why a movement, this is why a religion, this is why this being, this Trump, has been successful in creating this movement, this religion. And by the way, Seth, right? Go read Seth in all of it. But if you want to understand how this is happening, right? The creation of a religion, Seth touches on that. And it's absolutely, absolutely read it, because that gives you a understanding of how it works, right? It's the creation of this energy around something that is happening, and then there is energy that awareness puts in something, and that something suddenly is allowed to become a religion. And there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of religions that have been created in your world that have disappeared. Many religions that are just 1 second and then they're gone, right? You have a lot of that. And for a religion to be able to become what Christianity is in your awareness right now, what Islam is in your reality right now, what Judaism, what Buddhism, Taoism, etc., these big religions with a lot of followers, right? Those religions are rare. Most religions disappear very quickly. And again, Seth gave you in his work a very good description of this, so read it. And so the appearance of this religion around this man, right, this human being, is something that is giving identity, that is giving purpose, that is giving existence to many of you that are open to this kind of existence of religion. Now, what we would like to say about that is that, however, this kind of movement, this kind of religion can become tricky because it is based on the promise of something, right? If there is no delivery of that something that is promised, the followers can turn 180 degrees. And that's where it becomes dangerous for those that have been profiting of the movement. And that can be seen already happening around QAnon, right? People that have been deceived, they were expecting up to the last second the destruction of politics and the House and the Senate and of Democrats and all of those things. They were expecting that Trump was going to destroy all that, and it didn't happen, right? So there are some that are now realizing that that was a lie. It did not happen, right? However, it should have happened because they were believing it. So you see in this, you see the limits of this, because this religion, this thing that is around this being. But remember, it's like the idea, right, of other religions, is that you have this being that is there and everything is focused around that being, but this being is only attracting what was already there. So the building of the religion was already there before the being really was working around becoming the attraction of that energy and the center of that energy. So that now all of these promises and none of those have been, right, because those promises were given around what? Around a conspiracy, what you call conspiracy theory, around a lie. And you can see there the limit of these people having a reality, having a truth, right, a belief system that is based on what? It's based on nothing. They are creating, it's real, they are creating it, but it doesn't stand the fact that there is a reality that you are all together validating, that is real, right? That is the experience that all of you are having, and that cannot be, right? You cannot change it. Like Biden won the election. End of story. He won the election. Now you have all those that are saying that he stole the election. It's not possible, right? You all voted. All of you, with no exception, you voted Biden. That's why Biden is president of the United States. It's a choice. It's the choice that you do at the level of your global consciousness. That's what appears in your awareness, in your reality. So those that are saying, no, he stole it, acting from a belief system that everyone is cheating, so Biden could do nothing else but cheating in order to become president of the United States. And they do not realize that if that is right, if that is true, that Biden, then why not Trump, right? Why not Trump? Why only Biden will be cheating in order to become president, and why not Trump? They don't see that they are that their stand, their reality doesn't make sense, human sense, right? It doesn't make sense. So, but again, this is always going around what? Drama, identity, existence. You need this sense of, right? Max was looking this from a perspective of what is better, the right, the left, who is doing it worse, who is, right, this kind of thing, that you are polarization. So the polarization of politics and this kind of things, where you say, oh, this is better, this is worse. If you go left, it's more human, it's more hard, because they are caring for people, they want to give something to stuff to be. If you go right, they are more about money, they are more this, more that, so they are not really focusing on human beings. So, right, this way of perceiving ideology, because that's what it is. And Maxwell has this thing of saying that is all bullshit. Ideology is bullshit every day, every moment, every second. If you take ideology is only what? Ideology is only what something that is used to divide, something that is even not standing up, because any ideology that you take doesn't work. It's human doesn't work. It's humans fucking it up with ideas, and they make ideas more important of what? Of creation, more important of human being. Marx, all that bullshit, all of these things, and then you go and you look to people that identify themselves as right or as left, and they are all just serving bullshit, saying that the other one, the other side, is wrong because they don't think like that. That's bullshit. Doesn't work. The only thing that one can apply is what? Human. Remember the being, creation. Remember what you are. So as a human, the only way you can go is in allowing the self, allowing yourself to be the center of it, and everything has to be done for your best. It doesn't exist to give away your power, to give away everything, so that what? You are the center of your creation, or the center of everything, and you want what? Other people to be better than you, other people to have best than you, other people. Why? That doesn't make sense with the fact that you are the center, you are the creator, you are the one that is everything. And each other one, each other being is the same in their creation. So you are not taking away anything from anyone else, except that you believe that. Except that you believe that you have to save the world. Except that you believe that you have to give everything to everyone else because they are better than you. You believe that. You believe that you are spied on, that everyone is spying on you. You believe that everyone is taking away from you, stealing from you. You believe that if you use a phone, right, a cell phone, everyone can spy, can know what you're doing, where you are, and you believe that technology can be suppressed from your reality. You believe that, those kind of things, and you believe those things. But those things are only what? A belief system. No one, right? No one can do anything to you, ever, unless you agree. Unless you agree. And your agreement is not human. You, the human, you do not agree. You're not the one agreeing. It's your higher self, your global self, your soul, right? That's where creation is created, in the non-physical. So you do not agree. I didn't agree, and this is now the leitmotif of humans. I didn't agree. I didn't give my consent. My first time I didn't give my consent. Oh, you did. You did. Believe us. You did. You did give your consent, or that will not happen in your reality. Now, then you have the experience as a human being, and that is different. Right? You have the emotion in it. You have the think of, oh, right, okay, I didn't, right, that was a bad experience for me, right? Right. Still in polarization, still in division, still in whatever. But from a point of view of creation, nothing happens in your reality if you do not create it. So you can play that game of unawareness. It's your choice. However, when you empower yourself and you stop playing victim, and you victim or perpetrator, you are finally able to empower yourself and to be you, to be the center of it, and not to be the secondary character that you do not are, but you want to believe that you are, right? Anyway, um, and you keep being in that cycle of denying your center stage in everything that you are. So that, back to what is politics, or what is this ideology. Ideology is only a belief system. It's nothing else than a belief system as everyone else, everything else. And that everything is a belief system, right? So that when you have this think of politics, or division, and everyone is saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I go green, I go red, I go blue, I didn't, I vote with right? That is still, it remains into the belief system, and nothing else than the belief system. And the loss of what? Of your power. Or it's not the loss, but it's the giving away. It's the if I support Trump, good thing will happen in my reality. They don't. Because every time you give away your power, it's for nothing. You do not receive anything back, because that giving away your power comes from lack. You are creating lack. You are experiencing lack. If you think that giving away your power will bring anything in your reality, well, then say, please, when did it happen that when you give away your power, it became better for you? Never. Because it's not in giving away your power because that is lackful. It's in asserting your power, asserting yourself, being in your creation, being in your being. That's where you are discovering your true self, your I am. That's where you are. And that's where you are able to create for yourself that you want to have there, right? It's always what you want to have there. In creation, you cannot not have what you want in your reality. It's not possible, because if it's there, it's because you wanted it there. No one can put anything in your reality that you do not want to have in your reality, right? No one can interfere with your creation, because it's your creation. There is no one out there to get you, right? To overpower you. That is what your belief system. You are kings of creating so much drama around. Oh, we are those little humans, and everyone is out there in the space, and they want to invade our planet because there are not enough planets in the universe. They have to take away yours, right? Yours is the only planet that they can take. So they have to invade you and kill you, because the billions and billions and billions of planets out there, they have to come to a planet where there is life, right? And they have to, right? It's very, 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 very clever, very intelligent, right? To believe that with all the billions of planets out there, they have to come and take away a planet from the inhabitants of the planet, right? Yes. Everyone is out there to get to humans and to destroy humans. Very, very logical. But this is the way you play the game. You are in fear. You need fear. Fear is what? Identity. You give yourself that identity. You give that existence. You feel that if you do not create this kind of drama, you feel that you do not exist. So you have to 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 fill in, to feel, to to create, so that you feel that you are there, really there, in drama, in emotions, and in negativity, and you feel with that suddenly you are interesting for everyone else. That, look, our planet is the most beautiful planet in the universe. There are billions of planets out there, but only this planet is right. So by having this thing, we as human, we can believe that this planet is beautiful and that we have something spatial here, and so that humans can believe that they are spatial. But it's always what? Spatial as not you. You're not spatial, right? You don't see yourself as anything. It's it's it, it's the world, it's the planet, it's the outside. It's always the outside, it's never you, right? You are still playing in that externalization, right? In that outside is better than the inside. How many of you think, oh, if you knew what is inside of me, you will be scared, you will hate me, it's so terrible what is inside of me, right? Mm. You play that game, right? You play the game of seeing yourself ugly. You play that game, and you want to deny the self, you want to deny what you are, you want to be so ugly, you want to be so, you want to leave. And it's understandable that in your building of awareness, in the building of yourself, in the discovering of yourself, before you get there, before you are fully realized, you want to leave. You don't want to stay here. It's exactly the opposite of what unconsciously you know you are. It's the opposite of being empowered in the creator. So how not wanting to live? Until you realize the self, you realize the creator, you realize all of you, and that and suddenly you realize that you are exactly what? There where you are supposed to be. Because your creation, your world is perfect, exactly as it is. And nothing is missing from your reality. Nothing. Everything you need is there. And when you perceive that something is missing, you are what? You are expressing your lack. Full and plainly. When you say I have not enough money, you are expressing lack. So guess what? You will have not enough money. And until you say I have not enough money, you will stay in I have not enough money. Because you are validating it, because what you put out is what you get, and as long as that's what you put out, that's what you get. Because you are expressing it, so you are saying I'm lackful, and the creator says, oh, you are lackful, okay, then you are lackful. However, if you were paying attention, really paying attention, you will see that there is no lack. You will see that everything you need is exactly there. You will see that your reality, your creation is perfect. right now, right here, right now, you will see that you are beautiful. You will see it. Because there isn't anything else than that. You are all of that and more. And you have been told and told and told. And in fact, once you accept to enter into the discovery of yourself, and that you are, and you accept to become the beauty of you, to become the everything of you, to become the creator, the God that you are, when you accept that, you are not losing your identity. You are not losing anything. You are becoming you. And what is out there better or more interesting or more fulfilling than being you, than discovering the beauty of you, than accepting all that you are and not running away from yourself, because there is nothing you need to run away from yourself. You are so beautiful. All of you, every one of you, you are everything there is. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you are experiencing, and you are in this experience. You came on earth. You incarnating, you created yourself on earth. Even though it is one environment, a belief system that is complicated for anyone that is there. Because you have this word is a word where you have so much lack, so much polarity, so much fighting, that it's a difficult environment, right? And you have the courage of being here, out of all of those that are part of your spiritual family. 1 in 100 decide to incarnate. It's not, it's rare, right? It's few of you that decide to do this, to create human, to have an identity as human, to separate or to live a illusion of separation. And you decided to do it. So now you are here. You are playing the game. And some of you are so focused in the game that you forget that this is not real in the belief system. It is real, right? You are experiencing all of this. It is real, but it's not real in all of those belief systems that you have, like death is a belief system. You cannot die. You are forever. Everything in the universe is forever, but you have. So focus yourself in time that you believe that everything has a end, where there is no beginning and there is no end. Oh, there is a big bang. Oh, fuck you. There is no big bang. Oh, and you are so focused on it that you have a evolution theory. Oh, this Darwinism. That's bullshit. There is no time. You cannot evolve as in Darwinism. You cannot, because there is no time. Time is a factor in the evolution theory. So as time doesn't exist, that theory is BS. Oh yes, you change. The world changed. Everything has changed, but there is no connection. There is no connection in time, right? Because time is what you create for yourself. To have an experience of time, of fulfilling that emptiness that is space, because there is no space either. You create space, and by creating space, you need time. Because how do you justify the fact that you need time to go from one space to another space? Well, you'd have to create time for that. How do you justify the things? Time, right? But that is not real. It's the experience of it. It's what you have. Outside of here, there is no time. In your real, right, global self, in your reality of that being that you are, you don't experience time. Or if there is, then it's experienced in a different way, not as you see it. And beings that are not bent to time, they go through time. They don't stay in time. Only you validate time, because you are creating it, and you validate it, and you stay in it, which is not true. You do not stay in time all the time. You leave time. You leave so many times. You leave when you are not focused as in human. You are focused on something else, and you are not in time. And your dream state is not in time. You are not in time. Do you really want to know what happens when you go to bed and you sleep? You wake up. There is no time between you going to sleep and you waking up. There is no 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep that you have. That's your belief system. That's what you validate that happens during the night. In reality, you close your eyes and then you open them. You open them, you go to the toilet, and then you go back to sleep. Some hours has passed. In reality, you close your eyes, and the next moment you open them and you go, and then you come back, you close your eyes, you go to sleep, and then you open them, and it's the morning. But there is no time passing. So what happens in what you validate as time? You dream. But your dream is not in time. You do not dream in time. You have your experience, and those dreams, you are living. You are not in a fantasy world as you validate it. You are experiencing. You are alive in what you qualify as dream. But what you have in your memory, right? Because it's a memory, the dream is not happening now. The dream has happened as you were asleep. So in time, it happens before. So everything that is not in your now is a memory. So you are remembering your dream. But as you were dreaming it, you were having what? An experience. You were alive. You were there. But you cannot see where you were, because that will be not acceptable from your standards of human. As a human, you cannot see yourself as anything else than a human. How can you realize as a human that as you were sleeping, you were experiencing being I am Pleiadian, or experiencing I am Arcturian, or I am another life, another incarnation, another identity that you had in 1405 or in 2501. There is no time. You can have your experience as your future self or as your past self. You are experiencing them. You are going there because you are what? the creator. You are creating all those expressions so you can visit or you can perceive them now in your dream state. But oh, hello, good news! It's not a dream. It's reality. What? And you go there because wow, it's now. There is no time. So yourself in 2550, it's you now, not in the future. Now, yourself that was alive in Amsterdam in 1500, it's you now. It's not then, it's now. And you go there. You can go there if you change your focus from here and now in human state. You can go and focus in everything else that you are. Oh, right. Wait, you are that exactly now because you are the creator, and everything that is the creator, everything is the creator. All of that is part of the creator. It's what? It's the focus. It's the vibration. You change your focus and suddenly you are in 1500 and you change your focus again over here, and over here you are in the year 51,000. Oh, yeah, whatever. And you go and you focus over here and you are, you are you are a Octurian, or you are a whatever else, right? Change your focus. And that's what you do when you go in the dream state, in the sleep dream state. You change your focus because you do not need in that moment to focus on the human. Or you, the fractal, right? You, the fractal, are not focused on you. You let go of that so that you can focus somewhere else. And that's where you go. Because you are a created fractal, yes, but you are the creator still, right? And you cannot stop creating. So you are always create, always. So that what happens, you focus somewhere else and suddenly there you are dreaming, but you cannot see that, right? You have to use a code. You have to use something that allows you to perceive it in a way that you, the fractal human, can remember it, can accept it. So instead of being in Amsterdam or whatever in the ear and to see it as it is, you will see something else. Oh, and you will find the people that you know, because those people are there with you in that incarnation. You are surrounded by those same people that you are knowing in this life because they follow you. You follow each other. You create with each other. You are co-creator of many lives, of many experiences, and so you, when you focus there, they are there, and you will see them exactly as you see them in this life. You will not see them as they were in that life, because you cannot validate that as being real. You have to see in your dreams those that you know now, not as you knew them or as you will know them. You see them in a way that you can relate to. This is what? Perception. So it's the perception of the human that applies to whatever that you see in any other things that you are remembering. So you will remember your dream as something else than what it really is, because you're done that like that. Your body, your human, your fractal, you will not be able to handle it. So you need to create this illusion in order to be able to remember it. And sometimes you even not to remember it, because how can you remember? In your dream state, you go and you visit your children from the hybrid program. How can you remember that? No, you can't, because your understanding of reality cannot allow you to accept that there is such a thing as a program of hybridation, of creating hybrid children, um, in which you are part of. And so you realize how you can realize from this how big you really are, how much more there is to you than what you perceive of you. You only see a tiny little part of the self that you are. But that's what you can handle. You're not missing anything. You cannot miss anything of it. And then, as you evolved in the realization of yourself, that changes. Maxwell is able to perceive those things. Maxwell is able to perceive those other selves that are created by the creator, which he is, right? There are other personalities that they're identifying as anything else, whatever, and they are Maxwell, and Maxwell is them. They are all, right, different, but they are all together, one. And in that awareness, he's able to visit, he's able to perceive, he's able to know that that is real. Even though he may not remember exactly what happens, but he knows that he doesn't need to remember. He doesn't need to have that more, right? That need that humans have of being in control of everything, and that if I don't remember that, I'm missing something. He says he knows that no, nothing can be missed. Everything is there in history. You are everything. You are that everything. So from the point of view of the creation, of the creator, everything is there. And you evolved in there. And you become that, right? You become the creator. It's a choice. It's a choice to have that. And you can. All of you can. And all of you, it's the path that you have taken, the self-realization. You will go there because there is nothing else. All the drama, all the things that you are there, and the feelings and the cry and the I want more and creating your identity of this and putting so much in there so that you can exist. All of that is going away. At the end, it's going away. Those that are having those crises, those existential crises, right? Isn't that because suddenly they see that all that they were doing goes into nothing? All that fighting to create a better existence go into nothing? Because as soon as you think that you have realized it, it's gone. You're happy what? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you are already saying, what's next? What now? Because you cannot just be in the moment and enjoy the moment. You have ready to have a new goal. And those people are just realizing that maybe there is nothing into that. Maybe all that the identification is nothing. And suddenly, that's where you go, and suddenly you will realize yourself fully and completely and become you, the real you, which is you, the creator. And you will realize the beauty of you. And with this, we give you our goodbye, and we leave you with Maxwell. We were just saying that what I love with this channeling and um, seeing all the channels and all the people doing this is that I realize how you can perceive if the channel is doing a is coming from a point of view of love, of self-realization, of, because when the channel is done with that intent, that realization, it never leaves it never gives you a message of uh, of fear, of negativity, what we will say negativity, of leaving you empty and fearful. um, when it leaves you fearful is bad. When it gives you a message of separation, of disempowerment, thank you, it's bad. And I think I had this kind of experience recently. I'm not saying that the channel is bad. No, it's a very good channel. It's one of the biggest name out there. However, I was receiving a message of disempowerment, of saying, when people say that they can take away your freedom of speech, how can that happen when you know that you are the one in charge of your creation, of your reality, of everything of you? No one can come from the outside taking away anything from you. And I was so feeling angry with that. I felt when I have this kind of bullshit thrown to me, I really feel physically so bad. Because I'm realizing how that is BS. Even though maybe in the moment I'm there, right, doing the human that says, oh, they are so great that they cannot say anything wrong, and this must be, or I'm just right, it's me, and no, and then I realize, no, it's not me, it's just that bullshit have been thrown to me, and I know it. I'm realizing it and I am reacting to it because this is simply bullshit. Every time that someone is giving you a message of separation, a message of disempowerment, is that they are expressing their core belief system, right? And that is with every channel is possible. It's the filter that we all have. Hmm? So it's not the being, it's the channel. It's the human that is filtering it and giving that message. It's like the law of one, right? Channeled by Kala with Ra. By the way, Ra is our sun, is our, right? It's our sun. it's not a blue avian, or maybe it's a blue eye avian, but I mean, it's I don't know that, but it's the sun. It's the center of our galaxy of this. So we call it Ra. We could have called it Margaret. We call it Ra. It's not a really important the name, but anyway, the being channeled in the low one is the sun, and it's a example that I love to give, and because it makes understand how these things really work, is that uh, the message in the law one is great, is important, and have to be told. However, you can read this book, and the book is about the law one. The one is all and the all is one, right? This is what the book is about. And look at the questions that these people were bringing to Ra. Nothing to do with the law one. Things that were going absolutely everywhere, but not the law one, right? So there is a lot of information there. And then there is one thing, is that Kala had this thing of being very religious. And you can see that because she needed a Bible to be able to channel. No one needs a Bible for channeling, but she needed it. So that tells you where the channel was coming from a standpoint of view of religion, right? So many things that she was bringing in went through the filter of religion, through the filter of many things that she was having. Doesn't mean that it's bad. It means that you have to read that with the understanding that the being Kala that was doing it had filters. And those filters can be found in the quality of the message that was being bring in. Ra was being filtered, right? The message of Ra was filtered. And then another thing that is important to read, because the answer is always in the question. So when you read the question that were asked, you can see that the answers that were given by Ra have to, because this is what the law is, how it works, the answers have to be linked to the question. So if the question is transient, if the question is not good expressed in a way that allows the answer to come in with interesting material, well, right? So all of this is important to be taken seriously under consideration when you are considering the quality of the material given by anyone that is channeling. What is the core belief of this human, right? What is the core belief? And that is going to give you a way to understand why one, instead of talking about Islam, is talking about Christianity in the message that they're bringing, because you have to understand that those being up there, they don't have religion, they do not validate religion, they don't give a fuck about religion. So when the channel is bringing in a material with religion is in there, if they have been brought up and talked about more about one religion, they will relate more to one religion, and so they will be using more about that religion to bring in the message, right? So if me, right, for instance, I've been brought up as Catholic, Christian Catholic. So I will go more into that mystic or that religion, in that understanding, than any other thing, because I don't know enough about other religion to be comfortable enough in bringing in the message, right? The material. So I will look more into this. Whereas one that comes from another religion, from Islam, for instance, or from Judaism or from Buddhism, will be relating much more to those things. However, the energy that comes in, the message that comes in, is not polarized in any direction of any religion. So when I am talking about Jesus, someone that is in Asia will talk more about Buddha, right? Not because they are talking about, right, identifying in that way. I am identifying it as Jesus, or the other one is identifying it as Buddha, right? That's where you can see that the channel is interpreting the energy, so that I don't know anymore why I'm talking about this, but yeah, the quality of the message is right. It's important to see these kind of things, because then the law of one, the material from the law of one can be used right now, and it has been used by conspiracy theorists, right, to create a conspiracy theory. And they go in there, because I've seen this. I've seen it on Guy TV. This guy using the law of one and creating around that all these conspiracy theories that now are used with quantum. And you find it, right? It's really full in there. When Rice talking about the space confederation, or I don't know what, and the fact that governments on our world have already had experiences of meeting with aliens, with it true, right? Yeah, it's just a simple fact of saying, yeah, why not? Why shouldn't this being contact governments, where we give the governments that power, right? You give away your power to the government, so why should they come to you? They go to the government because they know that by doing that they can reach out everyone. But anyway, so why not? Why not having those experiences? Why not having beings contacting the government? From that, they have created all of these conspiracies around the fact that technology has been given to us in many ways, and now the government is suppressing it, whereas we could have all of this technology to do this fantastic thing, and look at us, we are just living like shit, where the government could give us much more and live better, right? So they are creating this conspiracy theory around that. And now seriously, you are a creator being, or you are not a creator being. So you are in control of your reality, or you are not in control of your reality. You are creating everything there is, or you are not creating everything there is. There is nothing in the middle. You cannot be half a creator. Doesn't exist. You are a full creator all the time, all the time, all the time. So how can anyone suppress anything from your reality? Explain it, and explain it that it makes sense. But let me give you an advice. Don't even try. You will fail. You cannot explain this in any way that makes sense, because each one of us, we are a creator being in charge of everything in our reality. So suppression of anything is impossible. And you can try to explain it in so many language you want to try to explain it. You can explain it in so many ways you want to try to explain it. You will fail, because suppression of anything from your reality is not possible. End of story. You are a creator being. Be it. And stop fucking around. Because that's what you are doing. If you believe these things, you are fucking around. Yourself, obviously. They are fighting against free speech. They are taking away our liberty of expressing ourselves. Really? It's all you can find? They're taking away my ability to express myself. Oh, the bad guys. Really? How? Where? The government? Where is the government? I don't see the government here. Maybe you are just expressing your lack. That's all. Suppressing anything or suppressing technology, right? And this, but this is always going around what? This need of identity, or of putting things in there so that you have the impression of existing, right? This is human. We need to exist. And what better way to exist than to pretend that they are out there to get you? Oh my goodness, they want to take everything away from me. My voice. And this always comes from people that have all the liberty, all the freedom, right? You have all the freedom in this reality, everything there, and you cannot see it. That you are the one suppressing it. Not the government, not some shadowy organization that is what. No. You. Because it's anything were to be suppressed from your reality, it could only be you. But here's the thing, is that if something is not in your awareness, in your reality, is because you choose not to have it, because it's not yet the time, the moment. It's not yet relevant to your reality to have that technology there. And to be frank, I think that we won't be able to handle it, because when you, if we were to have the technology to cure everything, every disease, would you survive it? I don't think so. Because many people, when I say you, let me rephrase it. Those humans that are living in fear and in disease, validate all of those things, how could they survive the existence of a technology that can cure everything? They won't survive it. They will not be able to validate it, because that is too good for them. So one that is experiencing lack, that is creating lack, like so many humans, cannot accept the existence of something that is that good, that can do good to them, because they want to be miserable. That's their identity. Miserable, right? Lackful, miserable piece of shit. That's what they validate from themselves. You cannot give them something so good, that good right now. They cannot handle it. So it's not suppressed. It's that in that moment, in this moment, that technology cannot find its place in this reality. When the time will come, or the moment, that technology will be in the reality, in the awareness, but only in the right moment, right? So, but uh, for now, all is left about those technologies is what? Conspiracy theories of its suppression, because it's better to believe that it has been suppressed than to admit that even if it was there, you wouldn't even see it because it's too good to be true, right? So many things that exist around us and we cannot see. We cannot see them, right? So I could go on for all night, but I think that, right? Will you stay all night with me? I mean, here, on listening to me. um, right. Well, because I could go on, but I think that um, it's it's all right. And oh, by the way, a couple of things before I go. Um, if you're interested, if yeah, uh, next this Saturday night, last Sunday of the month, there is the live with Roxanne. So here on YouTube, so Odyssey of Ascension. If you want to join in, it's at 2 p. No, sorry, it's 2 a.m. for me. I think it's 7 p.m. Texas time. Right? Let me count. Yes, it's 7 p.m. Texas time. So make your math. It's 2 p.m. Central European, 2 a.m. Central European time, and so join us. It's gonna be fun as always. Then my web. Yes. Thank you, Roxy. What is that? CST, 7 p.m. CST. But you see, I was able to do the math. Which when we are in the classes, I'm absolutely horrible with that. When they ask, so what time is it now? Oh, shit. Anyway, yes, and I'm going to do more of this live things here on YouTube now. I will be concentrating myself on YouTube. I don't know. It's like I'm seeing tonight. I'm much more comfortable being here on YouTube. I don't know. It's just right. Be as belief system or whatever you want. But I feel better, and I think that it's also more interesting to do this here on YouTube. So I'll ask more to what I always forget to do is to ask, if you like this, and even if you didn't, but let's pretend that you did. Press the like button and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe and if you do not like, I will have an alien spaceship coming to your house. I'm joking, that's not true. But but please do that. And thank you for coming in, for joining in whatever moment, in whatever night you are doing it. It's still now, it's always now. So I thank you, and I love you, all of you, each one of you, and thank you, Roxy, for joining in. And I see you. Well, in 5 minutes, I'll be able to say me. I will be able to say tonight, because well, it's Sunday, right? Okay, right. Anyway, and and I will see each and everyone in the next now, and I thank you again. Bye bye. I, well, yeah, bye bye. Now that I put it